The desert winds carried the scent of imminent conflict, swirling around the military base where tension crackled like electricity. Captain Park Jae-won stood near the command center, his eyes fixed on the digital screens displaying satellite imagery of the war zone. The Gulf War had transformed into something more than just a military operation. It was a demonstration of technological might. In the distance, a Tomahawk missile preparation team moved with practiced precision. Each member understood the weapon they were about to unleash was more than just a piece of military hardware. It was a message, a statement of human technological superiority that would echo across battlefields and, unbeknownst to them, far beyond Earth's atmosphere. High above the Earth, concealed within a carefully camouflaged observation vessel, alien analysts watched with growing unease. Kim Hana, a senior extraterrestrial intelligence officer, adjusted her advanced monitoring equipment. Her slender fingers traced the holographic displays showing the human military preparations. "Something is different," she muttered to her colleague, a senior analyst named Tark Roven. "These humans are not behaving like the preliminary report suggested." The Tomahawk missile represented more than just a weapon. It was a complex system of guidance, precision, and technological innovation. GPS coordinates, terrain following, capabilities, and pinpoint accuracy made it a marvel of engineering that would shock the world. As the missile preparation team completed their final checks, Captain Park watched the countdown. Each second felt like an eternity. The surrounding environment seemed to hold its breath. The sandy terrain, the military personnel, even the distant horizon seemed to wait for the imminent launch. The launch sequence began. A thunderous roar erupted as the Tomahawk missile burst from its launch platform, cutting through the sky with mathematical precision. Its trajectory was a perfect arc of technological brilliance, a testament to human engineering and strategic calculation. Aboard the alien observation vessel, Kim Hana's monitoring systems tracked every millisecond of the missile's journey. Her initial expectations of a primitive weapon deployment transformed into genuine amazement. The missile navigated terrain, adjusted its course, and maintained an almost impossible level of accuracy. "Our initial assessment was completely wrong," she whispered, her hands moving rapidly across the holographic interface. Complex algorithms compared the missile's performance against their existing database of technological capabilities. The Tomahawk missile represented more than a weapon of war. It was a message to any potential observers. Human potential was far beyond what traditional understanding suggested. Its guidance system could adjust to terrain, weather conditions, and complex geographical challenges with a level of sophistication that seemed almost sentient. As the missile approached its target, the alien observers watched in stunned silence. The precision was remarkable. No wasted energy, no unnecessary movements. Each calculation seemed to be a perfect blend of computational accuracy and strategic thinking. The impact was devastating, but it wasn't just about destruction. It was a demonstration of human capability to transform complex technological concepts into practical, executable solutions. The target disappeared in a controlled explosion that felt more like a surgical strike than a random act of violence. Captain Park allowed himself a brief moment of satisfaction. Years of research, development, and strategic planning had culminated in this moment. The Tomahawk missile was not just a weapon, it was a symbol of human innovation. Unbeknownst to the military personnel on the ground, their actions were being observed by entities far beyond their immediate understanding. The alien observation team realized that their previous classifications of humanity as a primitive species were fundamentally flawed. Kim Hana began compiling her report. Each data point, each millisecond of the missile's trajectory would require extensive analysis. The implications were profound. If humans could develop such precise technological systems for warfare, what other capabilities might they possess? The desert wind continued to blow, carrying with it the dust and remnants of a technological demonstration that would change how unknown observers perceived human potential. The Tomahawk missile had done more than just complete its military objective. It had sent a message that would reverberate far beyond the immediate conflict zone. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the desert landscape, Captain Park and his team began their post-mission protocols. They were unaware of the cosmic deliberations their actions had initiated, unaware that their technological achievement was being watched by eyes from beyond their world. The first part of a much larger story had just been written, not in blood, but in the precise calculations of human technological innovation. The Galactic Communication Hub buzzed with an unusual tension. Holographic displays flickered with images of the recent human military operation, casting an eerie blue light across the faces of alien strategists. Coral Vem, the lead diplomatic analyst, leaned forward, his multiple sensory appendages moving across complex data streams. "Replay the sequence," he commanded, his voice a low mechanical hum that resonated through the observation chamber. The footage of the Tomahawk missile's launch played again. Each frame revealed something the Alien Intelligence Corps had missed in their previous assessments. What seemed like a simple weapon deployment was actually a sophisticated display of technological prowess. In the next room, junior analysts whispered among themselves. Their previous reports had categorized humans as a low-level technological civilization, primitive, disorganized, and largely inconsequential in the grand galactic hierarchy. Now everything they thought they knew was being challenged. Tark Roven, a senior data analyst, pulled up multiple comparison charts. The missile's guidance system was unlike anything in their extensive database. It wasn't just precise. It was adaptive. The way it navigated terrain, adjusted its trajectory, and selected targets suggested an intelligence that went beyond simple programmed instructions. "This changes everything," Roven muttered, his communication translator converting his thoughts into a series of clicks and complex tonal variations. The Galactic Council would need to be informed. Years of careful observation and classification were about to be completely rewritten. Humans were not the simple warlike species they had been labeled as. They were something else entirely. Coral Vem began drafting the preliminary report. Each word was carefully selected. Each observation, meticulously documented. The Tomahawk missile was more than a weapon. It was evidence of a technological leap that most of the galactic community had completely overlooked. Deep within the communication hub, complex algorithms began comparing the human technological achievement against known civilizational development scales. The results were shocking. Humanity had developed capabilities that typically took species thousands of years to achieve, and they had done so in a remarkably short time. Communication interceptors revealed more. These humans were not just creating advanced weapons, they were constantly improving them. Each military operation was a learning experience, each technological breakthrough building upon the last. It was an evolutionary approach to technology that was both terrifying and fascinating. The alien strategists realized they had made a fundamental error. Humans were not to be underestimated or categorized as a simple aggressive species. They were innovators, problem solvers, creatures capable of transforming complex challenges into precise solutions. Tark Roven pulled up additional data streams, military communications, technological development reports, scientific research. Everything pointed to a civilization on the brink of a massive technological breakthrough. The Tomahawk missile was just one example of their potential. "We need a complete reassessment," Coral Vem announced to the team. "Our previous classification is no longer valid." The implications were profound. If humans could develop such advanced technological systems for military purposes, what might they achieve in other fields? Space exploration? Scientific research? Energy production? The possibilities seemed endless. Junior analysts began rechecking decades of observation data. Patterns emerged that had been previously overlooked. Humans had a unique ability to adapt, to learn, to transform challenges into opportunities. Their technological development was not linear. It was exponential. Communication protocols were quickly adjusted. The Galactic Council would need an emergency briefing. The human civilization needed to be recategorized, their potential threat level reassessed. What had seemed like a simple planetary conflict was now understood as something much more significant. Koral Vem finished his report with a series of recommendations that would shock the galactic diplomatic community. Humans were not to be approached with the previous casual dismissal. They were to be studied, understood, and most importantly, respected. As the communication hub continued its complex data analysis, the fundamental understanding of humanity was being rewritten. The Tomahawk missile had done more than complete a military mission. It had revealed the true potential of a species most had written off as inconsequential. The first step of extraterrestrial miscalculation was complete, and humanity, unaware of the cosmic deliberations happening light years away, continued its relentless march of technological innovation. The morning air felt different. Captain Lee Sung-min stood in the military command center, his eyes fixed on the massive screen, showing the unexpected visitor hovering just beyond Earth's atmosphere. The alien ship was unlike anything humans had ever seen. Sleek, silent, impossibly perfect in its design. Communication protocols were activated. Military intelligence teams from around the world were suddenly connected, their collective breath held in anticipation. This was not a scenario any training had truly prepared them for. The alien diplomatic mission had arrived without warning. No prior communication, no diplomatic channels opened. Just a sudden appearance that challenged everything. Humans thought they knew about their place in the universe. Inside the command center, technology specialists worked furiously. Radar systems, communication networks, satellite tracking, everything was on high alert. Captain Lee watched as his team moved with practiced precision, their fingers dancing across complex computer interfaces. "We are tracking multiple energy signatures," a young technician reported, her voice steady despite the unprecedented situation. "The vessel's technological capabilities are beyond our current understanding." The alien ship made no aggressive moves. It simply hovered, a silent observer that seemed to be studying Earth with the same intensity that humans were studying it. Tension crackled through the air like static electricity. Koral Vem, the lead alien diplomatic representative, studied his own monitoring systems. Humans were different from what their initial reports had suggested. Their military infrastructure, their technological readiness, their calm response to an unexpected visitor, all of it challenged previous assessments. Communication attempts began. Strange signals, complex mathematical sequences, attempts to establish a basic understanding. The humans responded not with fear, but with a calculated, methodical approach that surprised the alien observers. Captain Lee understood the stakes. This was more than a potential first contact scenario. This was a moment that would define humanity's position in the broader cosmic landscape. Every action, every response would be carefully analyzed, military satellites repositioned. Defensive systems were activated not as a threat, but as a clear demonstration of technological capability. The message was simple. Humanity was prepared, aware, and not to be underestimated. The alien ship began to emit complex energy patterns. Some were clearly communication attempts, others seemed to be sophisticated scanning procedures. Each probe was met with a precise, controlled response from human technological systems. "They're testing us," one of the military analysts whispered, "trying to understand our technological capabilities." Koral Vem found himself increasingly fascinated. The humans were responding to an unprecedented situation with a combination of technological sophistication and strategic thinking that their initial reports had completely missed. Detailed scans of the Tomahawk missile performance played in the background of the alien communication systems. It was more than just a weapon. It was evidence of human potential. Complex guidance systems, adaptive technologies, precision engineering, all of it challenged their previous understanding. Hours passed. The alien ship remained, observing, scanning, attempting to comprehend. Humans maintained their position, calm, prepared, technologically ready. No panic, no wild reactions. Just a calculated, intelligent response. Captain Lee knew this was a defining moment. Humanity's first real, Interaction with an extraterrestrial civilization would be remembered forever. Every decision, every response was being carefully calculated. The communication attempts became more complex. Mathematical sequences, energy patterns, attempts to establish a basic understanding of each other's technological languages. Humans responded with a level of sophistication that gradually eroded the aliens' initial misconceptions. As the day progressed, the tension remained. But it was changing. What had started as a potential confrontation was slowly transforming into something else. A mutual recognition of technological capability, of potential, of something beyond simple first contact. Coral Vem made a critical decision. The humans were not what their initial reports had suggested. They were something else entirely. A civilization on the brink of a massive technological breakthrough, capable of adapting, learning, and responding to the unknown with remarkable intelligence. The alien ship remained, a silent observer, and humanity waited, prepared technological prowess on full display. Kim Hana's research laboratory hummed with quiet intensity. Holographic displays covered every available surface, each screen showing a different aspect of human technological development. Her hands moved rapidly, connecting complex data points that revealed a startling pattern of innovation. The Tomahawk missile was more than just a weapon. It was a window into human potential. Military archives, technological research documents, and intercepted communication streams told a story that no alien intelligence had previously understood. Humans didn't just create technology, they evolved with it. Each technological breakthrough was a stepping stone to something more advanced. Tark Roven, her alien research colleague, watched in fascination. "Look at the progression," he muttered, tracing the development of guidance systems over just a few decades. What other species could advance so quickly? The missile's guidance system became a focal point of intense study. GPS integration, terrain-following capabilities, precision targeting. Each component was a marvel of engineering. But it wasn't just the technology itself. It was the human ability to constantly improve, to adapt, to transform challenges into opportunities. Military strategists around the world continued their work, unaware of the cosmic deliberations happening light years away. For them, technological innovation was simply a way of life. Each improvement, each new system was just another step forward. Alien military commanders reviewed the data with growing unease. The humans were not just developing weapons, they were creating complex systems that seemed to think, to adapt, to learn. The Tomahawk missile was a perfect example, a weapon that could adjust its course, navigate complex terrain, and strike with unprecedented precision. "They are not just warriors," one alien commander remarked, reviewing the missile's technical specifications. "They are architects of technological destruction." The research revealed deeper insights. Humans approached technological challenges with a unique combination of creativity and scientific precision. They didn't just solve problems. They reimagined entire systems of problem-solving. Communication networks were analyzed. Military research facilities were studied. Each document, each piece of intercepted data, told a story of relentless innovation. The Tomahawk missile was just one example of a much larger phenomenon. Kim Hana discovered something even more fascinating. The humans were developing technologies across multiple fields simultaneously. Military innovation, medical research, space, exploration, communication systems. Each area was advancing at an unprecedented rate. The technological asymmetry became clear. Traditional galactic classification systems could not comprehend the human approach to technological development. They were not following a linear path of progress. They were leaping forward in multiple directions at once. Alien research teams began to understand the true nature of human potential. It wasn't just about individual technological achievements. It was about a collective ability to imagine, to create, to transform. The Tomahawk missile represented more than a weapon. It was a symbol of human capability. Precision engineering, adaptive technologies, complex guidance systems. All of it spoke to a species that refused to be limited by existing technological boundaries. Military research facilities continued their work. New technologies were being developed. Old systems were being improved. The humans seemed to have an insatiable drive for innovation that defied traditional understanding. Tark Roven compiled a comprehensive report. Each page challenged everything the alien intelligence community thought they knew about technological development. Humans were not just another species to be categorized and filed away. They were something entirely different. The research revealed a fundamental truth. Technological asymmetry was not just about advanced weapons or complex systems. It was about a unique approach to problem solving, a collective ability to transform challenges into opportunities. As the day progressed, the alien research teams continued their analysis. The Tomahawk missile was becoming more than just a subject of study. It was a window into the potential of an entire species. Kim Hana looked up from her research, a rare smile crossing her face. "They are not what we thought," she said quietly. "They are something more." The technological landscape was changing, and humanity, unaware of the cosmic deliberations happening light years away, continued its relentless march of innovation. Somewhere in a military research facility, a new generation of technological marvels was already taking shape. The Tomahawk missile was just the beginning. The Galactic Council chamber fell silent. Holographic displays flickered with images of human technological achievements, each screen telling a story of unexpected potential. Coral Vem stood at the center, his presentation about to change everything they thought they knew about humanity. "We were wrong," he began, his voice echoing through the massive circular chamber. Hundreds of alien representatives from different star systems watched with growing tension. The presentation began with the Tomahawk missile, a simple weapon that had become a symbol of human technological innovation. Each frame showed its complex guidance system, its ability to navigate impossible terrain, its precision that defied previous understanding. Senior council members shifted uncomfortably. Decades of classification, years of careful observation were about to be completely rewritten. Humanity was not the primitive species they had originally believed. Park Jae-won, thousands of light years away, continued his military research, completely unaware of the cosmic deliberations happening in that moment. For him, technological innovation was simply another day's work. Tark Roven presented additional evidence. Statistical models showed human technological advancement occurring at an exponential rate. While other civilizations developed slowly, methodically, humans seemed to leap forward in multiple directions simultaneously. "They are not just developing technology," Roven explained. "They are reimagining what technology can be." The council watched footage of human achievements, military innovations, space exploration attempts, communication technologies, each breakthrough more impressive than the last. The Tomahawk missile was just one example of a much larger pattern of innovation. Kim Hana's research formed the backbone of the presentation. Her detailed analysis revealed a species with an unprecedented ability to adapt, to learn, to transform challenges into opportunities. Humans were not just another civilization. They were something entirely different. "We cannot classify them as we previously thought," Coral Vem declared. "They are a potential spacefaring civilization, far more advanced than our initial assessment suggested." Debate erupted in the council chamber. Some argued for caution, others for immediate engagement. The implications were profound. If humans could develop such precise technological systems for warfare, what might they achieve in other fields? The holographic displays continued to show evidence: military research facilities, technological innovations, complex problem-solving approaches. Each image challenged previous understanding. Humans were not limited by traditional technological boundaries. They are not just warriors, one council member observed. They are architects of technological possibility. The decision was complex. How do you approach a species that defies traditional classification? a civilization that seemed to develop technologies faster than anyone could comprehend. Coral, Fem made the final recommendation. Humanity was to be reclassified, no longer a primitive species to be overlooked, but a potential major player in the galactic community. They must be studied, he concluded, but carefully. They are unpredictable, innovative, potentially dangerous. The council voted. The result was unanimous. Humanity would be approached differently. No more casual dismissal. No more underestimation. Thousands of light years away, Park Jae-won reviewed another technological project. He had no idea that at this very moment, an entire galactic council was discussing humanity's potential. For him, it was just another day of innovation. The Tomahawk missile became more than a weapon. It became a symbol of human potential, a demonstration of a species capable of transforming complex challenges into precise solutions. As the Galactic Council adjourned, a new understanding had been reached. Humanity was not what they had thought. They were something more, something unexpected, something potentially extraordinary. The cosmic revelation was complete. Humanity had shocked the world and the universe. In a military research facility, on Earth, a new technological marvel was already taking shape. The next breakthrough was just waiting to be discovered. The universe would never be the same.